Hi, my name is Kathleen Black and welcome to DIY with Designers at Hart Theater. I've costume designed 8 shows at Hart over the years, and I want to show you how my costume design skills can be used in everyday life. Now today we're going to be learning how to read a clothing label. At Hart there's a lot of laundry to be done. And one of the first things that our volunteers learn is how to read a laundry label. It's really important to know so that you don't maybe turn a white shirt pink or shrink a sweater. It gives you all the tips and clues and advice on the right way to treat your laundry. A label can tell you everything you need to know about a garment. The first thing on a label is usually the fiber content. That means what your garment's made of. Here's some really common ones you'll see. Cotton and polyester are very common. If I see these things, I know that they can probably go in the washer and most likely can go in the dryer too. If I see silk or wool, I would be doing a double take and going, can I hand wash this item or does it need to be dry cleaned? Sometimes that really helps you make a choice when you're shopping in a store. If I'm trying on a t-shirt that's dry clean only, I'll know it's not for me. I'm not gonna dry clean a t-shirt. On the other hand, if you look for something that has lycra in it, that's usually the item that makes something stretchy, like your yoga clothes have lycra in them, swimsuits often do as well. Now lycra is the elastin that makes that stretch, and so I always want to hang dry it and keep it away from the heat of the dryer. That heat can break down the elastins, and I really want those garments to live a little bit longer. The next part of a label are those strange looking symbols. I'm going to break them down for you. It's going to be very easy. Now there's usually 5. This one is your wash symbol. It looks like a bucket of water. It's a good way to remember it. The next one up is this symbol. It looks like a triangle, and I always think of it as what I need to put in the water. It's your bleach symbol. Next up will be a square like this. And that represents your dryer. Kind of makes sense. A dryer is usually a square shape. Then this one's a little easier to understand. It looks like an iron because it talks about how to iron your garments. And lastly, you might see a circle like that, and the circle talks about dry cleaning. The washer often has a number inside it. If it has a 30, that means cold wash. 40 is the most common number you'll see, and 40 means warm wash, and 60, that might be on your sheets or your towels. It's a hot wash. Both on the dryer or on the washer, you may see an extra line below it. You might wonder what's that line for. That means permanent press. That's a very common setting on your washer or dryer cycles. So then you know to put it on permanent press. If you see an extra line like this, so 2 lines below your washer or your dryer, that's your delicate cycle. That's another common setting on your washer or dryer. So then you know to set it to delicate. Now on your bleach symbol, it might look just like this. And that means use regular bleach, nothing special. Follow the bleach video we've made with Hart Theater and add bleach to your wash. If you see something like this, it means the kind of bleach you need to use is non-chlorinated, also known as color-safe bleach. And lastly, you might see a big symbol like this. Do you know what that means? Do not bleach. Don't use bleach with that garment. Now on your dryer, you might see a circle that looks like this with a little dot inside. And that means dry on low. And often you'll see that on a label, tumble dry low. A lot of cottons can shrink if you go too high with your temperature. On your iron, you might see a dot as well. Just like this one, 1 dot means low, 2 dots means iron on medium, 3 dots means iron on high heat. And lastly, this circle refers to dry cleaning. If you see a circle, sometimes it'll just say dry clean, but that tells you you can dry clean this item. Sometimes the circle will have little symbols like this, and that's information for your dry cleaner about your garment. Lastly, if you see an X, that means do not dry clean. The last common one you'll see, and you'll have to excuse my drawing skills, it looks like this. And that means hand wash. And that's a really important symbol because sometimes you do have to fill up your sink and hand wash a garment to give it a little extra TLC. I wanted to show you the instructions on a couple of my favorite garments that are kind of special. First, this lace tank. The first symbol you'll notice is our wash symbol, but it has a little hand going into it and a small dot inside. The hand means hand wash and the dot means cold water. Now, the next symbol that I see, it says do not bleach, do not iron, and last it says dry, but it has a line through it. That means hang dry or line dry your item. Don't throw it in the dryer because this is kind of a delicate item. Here is the label for my favorite wool sweater. Now, as I said before, wool makes me think, can I hand wash this or do I need to dry clean? And the instructions here are pretty clear. Do not wash, do not bleach, do not dry, do not iron. Take it straight to your dry cleaner. And the P in the dry clean circle is an instruction from my dry cleaner. Thank you so much for joining me with today's DIY with Designers. I hope today's tutorial taught you a little bit more about clothing, labels, and how to wash them. And hopefully I saved one of your sweaters from a terrible fate.